In the last video, we looked at why the fear of failure is normal, but not necessarily conducive to aspects of modern life, which include achieving our goals. We also mentioned that the fear of failure leads to forms of resistance. One of the common forms of resistance we hear about all the time is procrastination. Put simply, procrastination is putting things off for the future. If you're contemplating a career change, you might be waiting for the right moment, when the markets are just right and the stars are perfectly aligned. If you have a term paper due, you might be waiting for that lightning bolt of motivation to come down from on high and give you a surge of energy to finish the project. We know the reality is that most of the time, neither of these things actually ever happen, and we're left with a whole lot of wasted time and unmet potential. One of my most prevalent forms of procrastination is what I like to call information hoarding. Instead of creating deadlines for decision making, I'll waste hours of my time online trying to find enough information to justify a plan of action. The reality is, you can never have enough information to make a decision with 100% confidence. There's always going to be something you haven't taken into account. And in many cases, it's more sensible just to create an environment where you can have low stakes trial and error. Another form of resistance is avoidance of accountability. This one isn't so much about an unwillingness to make mistakes, but an unwillingness to learn from them. In psychology, there is a concept known as the self-serving bias. People who exhibit this bias might attribute all of their successes to their own individual character traits or personal hard work, but blame their failures on external circumstances. The truth is, failure is where the growth happens. So while it can be tempting to numb the pain by releasing yourself from all personal accountability, it ultimately hinders manifestation. Finally, we have busyness. This one is one of my personal favorites because I think it's so prevalent, and we've actually written about it a lot on our blog. So if you do get a chance, maybe after this video, check us out. We already have the link up, mindhive.online. Chris Verano actually wrote a wonderful article about the differences between busyness and productivity. To summarize, busyness is the simple idea that as long as you're doing something, you're making progress. This couldn't be further from the truth. Busyness is more often than not rooted in the fear of certain activities which, while uncomfortable, will move us closer to our goals. This is why it's important to continually practice the self-awareness habits that we set about doing in the second section. In the next section, we'll build on our level of self-awareness as it relates to these forms of resistance specifically.